Hello, everyone. Squared Sports, and we're going to be talking about Gronk and trade the Patriots made with the Bucs. Gronk's return. Nick, you want to lay down the details and give me your opinion? What is?
Yeah, so basically, yesterday morning, we got some news that Gronk would be interested in a return to the NFL if he got to play with Tom Brady. So there was just that rumor. We did not think anything was going to happen yesterday. Then yesterday afternoon, all of a sudden, it just happened. It's like Gronk is out of retirement and he's getting traded to the Bucs. So he still had a $10 million one year $10 million deal left with the Patriots. So they traded that to the Bucs for, I believe, that and a seventh round pick for a fourth round pick. So the Patriots got a fourth round pick back in return. I'll just say I think this is pretty good for both teams, to be honest, because you might not think some people might think, oh, Gronk's really good because if you don't watch football a whole lot, then you'll probably think he's still one of the best tight ends in the league, which I don't think he is anymore. But if you hadn't watched football in the last couple of years, you would know that name and think he's really good. He still, I think, can give some good games probably this next year. I don't know that he'll be great anymore, but I think he'll still be okay. And then back in return, Patriots got a fourth round pick with a player that they thought would be retired. They didn't even think he would come back. So to get a fourth round pick for something that you didn't even think you would have, I think it's pretty good value. So
Yeah, I agree with that there. I think the trade was pretty interesting because, like you said, it sort of just came out of nowhere, and like you heard a rumor, and then like 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, he's traded, and you're like, oh, it's sort of like how the Cardinals and Texans trade Hopkins, like
yeah,
a rumor, and then it happened. You're like, oh, holy crap, that just happened. And I think I don't know how I feel about it. I think the Patriots in a way won the trade because they're dumping off I think at like 10 million more into cap space, and like Gronk is. I mean, he wasn't even like that amazing the year they won the Super Bowl against the Rams. Um, they got a fourth round pick from it, and I think that's good value. And the Bucs already have O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate, and the Bucs shouldn't be playing Gronk, the majority of the snaps. They should be splitting snaps, and Gronk is not going to be in there the whole time. Now, I do think O.J. Howard may be shipped off, and they may just keep Cameron Brate and Gronk. I don't know how I feel about that. I sort of like the tight end depth that they have, and I think that is going to make Gronk that's going to make Gronk better if he's playing limited snaps, because if he's the primary tight end, he's going to get injured. He's not in game ready condition yet. I mean, the dude is also like, I think 33 years old. I mean, he has some age.
I think he's about to turn 31 is what I heard yesterday. So but he seems like he's a little older.
Yeah, and
it's at 5.
I mean, it's a good trade, and I wouldn't overreact to it. I've seen Patriots fans quite furious that this happened, and like, we should have got more because we were going to get like a first round pick with Gronk with the Lions, and I'm like, you got honestly a fantastic deal. For the Patriots though, like, from like a fantasy aspect, there's a lot of people that are getting the ball, and it's honestly making, I think, everyone's value in there go down a little bit. It's going to be a great offense and an efficient offense, but everyone's going to have like a game where they just blow up in. But there's going to be a lot of duds, and there's going to be a lot of people that just don't get, their targets. They still don't really have that fantastic of a run game yet. I don't believe in Ronald Jones until he's proved something. If they draft a running back, maybe I'll say something. And the draft is tomorrow as of recording this video. It's going to be interesting to see their offense. I don't think Gronk's going to make that big of an impact as much as people think. And remember last year, whenever OBJ got traded to the Browns, everyone was going crazy. They're Super Bowl bound. I mean, their Super Bowl odds spiked up. Everyone thought, oh, they're the team to beat. They're the team to beat because they got OBJ, Jarvis Landry, blah, 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 blah. I think we need to pump the brakes just a little bit. Just hold off. And we'll see moving forward how this offense is, and don't overreact to this. That's how I would think of it, at least. Do you have any more input?
Yeah, I really I agree with a lot with I agree a lot with what you said. I think that the Browns comparison is a pretty good one, in fact. So I'm sure we're gonna do our preseason like picks for the year again like we did last year. So I'm not gonna give mine away about the Bucks, but I am not thinking super highly of them. Surprisingly, I'm gonna actually probably take them a little lower, but because I think they will be kind of like the Browns, except you have Tom Brady and not Baker Mayfield, so that does impact it a little. But I still think the Bucs are going to get way overhyped with all this going on. I think that Gronk, while he can add value, like in the red zone or whatever, he could be a threat. You already have a ton of threats in the red zone, and I don't know that Gronk is going to be. He might not even be that. He probably won't be the number one targeted person in the red zone. I think Mike Evans will probably be that guy. But you never know with Tom Brady playing with Gronk for so long, he might choose Gronk over Mike Evans. It's just kind of dependent. It's cool that you have two guys to go to in the red zone, but I agree. I don't think he's going to be as big um, of an effect. He's not going to have as big of an effect on the Bucs as people think. So I think people probably will overreact to this a lot. I know. I think Vegas already bumped the Bucs odds up to the fourth best odds
Mm.
to win the Super Bowl, which is pretty high to me. I don't think they should be that high. I get that their defense is improving and their offense is pretty good, but again, they don't have a running game, and I don't even think a running back in this draft could get their offense up to where it needs to be to win a Super Bowl. Might be a hot take. I don't really know, but I just don't think any of these running backs in this draft particularly can be a good enough running game to get that far. Because there's not like a Derrick Henry in this draft, in my opinion, that can just bulldoze over everybody. And there's
Mm.
not a guy who I, I don't know. I just don't think the running back position, other than last year, I've never seen like a running back carry a team like Derrick Henry did last year. So I don't think that's going to happen. Um, but then again, Tom Brady hasn't had the best of running backs in his system. He's had efficient running backs that do their job, but he hasn't had a running back who's just been dominant. So, I mean, you never know. You never know with Tom Brady. It's kind of like a LeBron thing in the NBA. You just never can really doubt him.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Tom Brady's 42. Like, oh, I just don't know. I'm almost wanting to doubt him this year. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they could just find their Alpha Kamara in the third round or their Kareem Hunt in the third round. Um, it's not a deep draft. I mean, it's a lot of there's no like you said, there's no Derrick Henry, no Saquon, there's no Todd Gurley, there's nothing like that. There's there's good talent there, but and maybe they find the one that just happens to fit their system perfectly, and it just works. But I do think we need to pump the brakes a little bit and just hold it off just a little bit, and maybe we'll just see how things go. And with so many new weapons and so many new pieces with this coronavirus, there could be a lot of miscommunication in the beginning. I think that's something people need to take account for. Is like the Saints announced that they're not even going to do like the practices or like the off season in the beginning, and that's big. And there's I think other teams will follow that, and to an extent, teams aren't doing as much because they're not in person. But we're going to see. It's going to be fun watching that team, and I'm happy for the Bucs, and I'm happy for Bruce Arians because now he has a chance to prove because he has everything. The Bucs are in the position to where they control their destiny, and I think that's a truth, a statement that's true.
Yeah. Do you think OJ Howard will get traded? And if you do, then where do you think he could get traded to?
I want him to be traded because I don't think he's ever got the chance to succeed too much. He has talent. I mean, people were saying he's the next Ertz, he's the next Gronk, he's the next Kelsey. He has talent with him. Where he'll go, I don't know. There's definitely teams that could use him and could use a young tight end. Um, I, it, I could see somewhere like the Panthers or the Titans maybe trying to trade for him just so they get like a good tight end. Those are two options that seem pretty viable. Um, Off the top of my head, besides them, I can't really think of anybody. But the Bucs,
Yeah.
in my opinion, shouldn't trade him.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys might be another team that tries
Mm,
to go after. And one other thing I wanted to say about Gronk, I just remember with the Cowboys is Jason Witten. The first thing I thought of when
mm,
Gronk got traded was Jason Witten, how he came back out of retirement and he tried to play another year. He was not that good last year. Like he didn't do a whole lot.
mm,
So I think Gronk will be a little better than Jason Witten, but I think it'll kind of be that same thing where he's just kind of a guy on the team to be a locker room guy. And as Colin Cowherd said today on his show, just kind of a pacifier for Tom Brady,
mm.
just kind of a guy that comforts Tom Brady and a friend of his that he's known for a while. But I don't know that he'll. I think he'll probably produce a little more than Jason Witten did for the Cowboys, but I don't think he'll be. I think he'll kind of be what Jason Witten was for the Cowboys, but for the Bucs. So
Okay,
maybe that's a comparison.
that's good. I like that. Alrighty, thank y'all for watching. Make sure to watch all the other videos. We're going to be coming out with some draft stuff, draft reactions, and yeah, thank y'all.